Hey everybody, it's me, Angelique with Realty One Group, coming to you with this week's video. And the topic is how to choose a realtor and what to look for in a good realtor. I think this is the very basic of where to begin with home buying. A lot of people don't even know where to start. You start with a realtor. How do you find a good realtor? What you want to do is once you come across one, you want to interview them before you even start working with them. You want to make sure that it's somebody that you're comfortable with and that you think you can trust. A lot of people choose their realtors based off culture, and that is totally fine. It's whomever you're comfortable with. It's a very diverse industry, so there's somebody for everybody. What we see a lot is that, the Asians like to work with the Asians and the Hispanics like to work with the Hispanics and so on, and that's okay. You should be comfortable with whomever you're working with on the biggest purchase of your life, probably. You Culture plays a huge role in it because of language, lingo, terminology. You want somebody that can understand you and somebody that you can understand. You don't want conversation to be stale or dry or boring. You want to be able to have open dialogue. You wanna feel comfortable with them because you are gonna have to discuss some personal things such as finances, especially once you get to the lender part of it. Lenders get all up in your business. So you have to feel comfortable with the situation and with your agent. Honesty is a big one. On both, on both sides, from the agent and the client, because if you as a client, as a buyer, are not, or a seller, are not upfront with everything, it could make or break the deal. It's gonna come up because, like I said, the lenders do get all up in your business, financial wise. So you have to be upfront about whatever you have going on, so that we can be heading in the right direction with your transaction. Your agent has to be honest with you. If you tell your agent, for example, I want a 5-bedroom house with a 3-car garage and a pool, but I don't want to spend any more than $300,000. A bad agent will tell you, oh yeah, sure, I can help you. I can definitely help you. And they'll take you out to see 4 or 5 different homes, and none of them are going to be anything like what you asked for. Why? Because it doesn't exist, and they weren't honest enough to tell you that you're being unrealistic and what you're asking for does not exist. A lot of agents like that are just out for a check and don't have your best interest in mind. That's something to look out for. A good agent in that scenario will tell you, well, for instance, me, I can show you better than I can tell you. So a good agent will take you out and show you everything that you asked for in a house, and then show you the price. And that should help you realize that, whoa, okay, I didn't know it was like that. I need to be more realistic. So that's when we look at your pre-approval letter and compare the price to that house that you thought you wanted. And then we bring it down a notch. We start shopping in your price range. I wouldn't just tell you that what you're asking for doesn't exist, because, I don't know, some people will get offended or think you're lying to them. I would show you better than I can tell you. So after that's out the way, we know what you qualify for. This is the price range we got to stay in. Period. A good agent would also be honest with you and let you know that before I show you anything, you have to have a pre-approval letter. Pre-approval letter is very important for a few reasons. One is because that letter tells us what price range to shop in, so you don't get your hopes up high for more expensive homes. And you also need that letter because houses are going like this. So as soon as you see something that you like, it feels like home, you want to submit an offer. You cannot submit an offer on that home until you have that pre-approval letter. That letter goes with the offer. So your agent should always first put you in touch with a lender. Find out how much you qualify for, if you qualify for anything at all. Now, your lender, your agent should also be pointing you in the right direction. They should put you with a lender. A good lender will, if you don't qualify at the moment, a good lender will tell you, okay, so right now you don't qualify, but if you pay this off, or do this, do that, do X, Y, Z, you'll be ready in 3 months or 6 months or a year. Whatever the case is, a good lender will give you a plan. It's up to you to stick to that plan. And a good agent will stay in contact with you throughout those months that you're getting ready to make sure you're serious. Now, I only help people that help themselves. I don't give up on my clients, but if I see that you're not putting in the effort, I'm going to leave you alone. I only help people that want to be helped or that helps themselves. Loyalty. I can't stress how important this is. If you're ever working with an agent and you're not happy with their services, communicate that to them. And if they cannot fix that, then you end the relationship with them, and then you start working with the new realtor. You don't work with 2 and 3 different realtors at a time. It's not fair to us. We don't drive company vehicles. We don't have company credit cards. It's our personal vehicles that we're putting the miles on. It's our credit cards that we're putting the gas on. And it's our time. Only one person is going to get paid for putting you in a house. So you should only be working with one agent. If you're not happy with the one you're working with, end the relationship and move on to the next. Don't ever work with 2 and 3 different realtors at the same time. I can't stress that enough. Buying side, some of the questions that you need to be asking your agent is their communication. What's their communication like? Do you like to text? Do you prefer to email? Do you prefer phone calls? Is there a certain time of the day where you stop taking phone calls? How long? What's your response rate for emails? Selling side, same questions. Before you pick a realtor to list your home and sell your house for you, you definitely need to be asking the same questions, because a lot of agents do not answer their phones. And you cannot sell a house if you don't answer your phone. So you're trusting this agent to sell your house for you. You need to know that they answer their phones and their emails and immediately. And if they miss a call, or if they're in a meeting, or find out how long does it take them to respond. Because if you have a listing agent that's selling your house for you, and I have a buyer that's interested in putting in an offer, and I call your agent and they don't answer the phone, you just missed out on the deal. So you got to make sure that you're working with an agent that has an open line of communication. Now, everybody, being a real estate agent is our own business, so you run it how you want to. Some are 9 to 5. Everybody has their own times that they like to work, and that's up to you to find out what those hours are. Find out what time they stop answering their phones. Me, I don't. When I'm working with somebody or for somebody, I'm 24/7. Like, you can tell. But everybody is not like me. I don't have a time when I stop answering my calls or stop emailing or stop texting. If you're my client and you have a question, I'm going to answer your question. Let me lose the sleep. That's what I get paid for. I don't want any of my clients losing sleep because they have this question that's burning and they're afraid to call or text and ask. I'm always available. Social media, DMs, PMs, whatever. However you feel comfortable reaching me. I'm always available. Like I said, you can't expect that from everybody. Everybody are different. Everybody set their own hours. I don't have business hours. So those are the most important things that I wanted to share with you guys about finding the right realtor. Be comfortable with them. Be honest with each other. Be loyal. have an open line of communication. Most important things. I like to be personable. So if any of you would ever like to meet at Starbucks or Wingstop, I like to eat. And sit down and talk. Ask whatever questions you need to ask. I have a credit repair person. We can talk about that too, and I'll point you in the direction to her, get you ready for me to help you find a house. Any questions, anytime anybody wants to get together, I'm open for it. I've done it quite a few times already. You should get to know your agent personally. I would rather meet my clients face to face before you make a decision. I want you to feel good about your choice of picking me to be your realtor, or whomever you choose. Meet them face to face, have a conversation with them, and establish that connection before you hire them for the job. So like I said, I'm available for that. I'm also going to start small groups too, meeting at Starbucks and different places like that, just to have, you know, communication and teach you a little something, answer any questions. But for now, that's it. Next week it'll be something else. I'm not sure which topic I'm gonna hit yet, but I'll probably be posting it on my Instagram. So for now, that's it. I hope you guys learned something. Got any questions, please feel free to contact me anyway. Email, phone call, text. I'm open to all of it. So until next time.